Hi friends, it's Kara, the Granite State Stitcher, both here on YouTube and on Instagram. And welcome or welcome back. If you are returning to see this video, thank you so much. I know that it's been a while since my last video, and this fall has just been crazy. And if you are new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I hope that you'll see something that you like and maybe I can inspire you into starting a new endeavor of your own. So, yes, I believe that my last video was maybe at the beginning of September. But for those of you who follow me, you know that my daughter got married in Montana in September, and then she had her reception in Ohio the following month in October. So it was a lot of traveling those 2 months. The wedding was absolutely beautiful. Montana is beautiful. The reception was wonderful. I'll have pictures at the end in life updates for those of you who are interested in seeing those. And then, of course, throw in the September 15 tax deadline, the October 15 tax deadline, and the November 15 tax deadline for here in the state of New Hampshire. And I did manage to go to 3 retreats this fall. And then combine that with I just spent the month of December sick. I don't know what I caught, but it basically had me in bed for over 2 weeks. I just started feeling better this past weekend. So, with that being said, I just figured I need to get a video done before the end of the year. I know that you won't see this until New Year's Day, but that's okay. And so let's get caught up. Okay, so I did not have any new starts the past couple months. I do have a couple of honorable mentions, though, that were intended to be started this month in December. But like I said, I was sick and just never was able to get them started. So, but I will start them this afternoon. So they will be, 2024 starts. The first one is Nora Corbett, and this is Minerva. This is part of her Bewitching Pixie series. And I was going to start this on December 9th, which is my paternal grandmother's birthday. And the reason I wanted to do this is because her name was Minerva. And I never got a chance to meet her. She passed away before I was born. Um, and funny story is she hated her name. Her middle name was Mabel, and she preferred to go by Mabel rather than Minerva. And I think Minerva is such a pretty name. So when I saw this, I knew that I had to get it and stitch it in honor of my grandmother. So I will be stitching this on the called for fabric, which is a 32 count milk chocolate linen. And I am going to try, now I think that her dress is fabulous. Get a close up there. So what I got to stitch her dress is the DMC satin floss. Which I think is going to look fabulous. So I can't wait to get this started this afternoon. And then the next one I was going to start on December 13th in honor of my father, who passed away in 2014. But my father was a big train fanatic. Anything trains he was into. And this pattern is called Steam Train. It's full coverage by Sunrays Creations. And I'm sorry, I should have taken this out of the plastic. But this is a full kit. Um, and this company is out of Maine, I believe in Portland. But look at, so this, I am going to work this into my regular rotation also in 2025 because this will take me years to do. And you all know the pace at which I go, but that is so cool. I can't wait to get started on that. I did order another pattern from this company, which I will show in haul. Um, and I have Sarah, the Northwood Stitcher, to thank for that one. Okay, so whips. I did manage to work on some whips, either on the plane or at the retreats that I went to. So the first one I'll pull out is the Cottage Temperature Chart Quaker. And I am almost done. Here we go. Actually, it's not a Quaker, it's just Cottage Temperature Chart. But here we are down in December. And I mean, can you look at this? This is November, okay? We had an 80-degree day here in November. These are 70-degree days. Even today, it's December 31st. There is no snow on the ground, and it is 50 degrees out. I had my slider open earlier, just letting, because it was just so nice to let the outside in. The dogs have been outside all morning playing. You know, I don't know. Maybe we won't get any snow this winter. But anyway, that's being stitched on 25 count Ivory Lugana. And I can't wait to get this done. I am going to finish it into a log cabin quilt wall hanging. And I don't know if I'll do a temperature chart for 2025. That will remain to be seen, I guess. Maybe if I find one that interests me. But right now I don't have any plans, but we'll see what comes along. So then we have, next is, let's see, dog sampler. And if I do have pictures of where I left off on any of these, the last time you saw them, I will insert them up in the corner. But to be honest, I can't remember if I took pictures or not. So dog sampler, I worked on at one of the retreats. And I got this side done and all the flowers. So basically, I must have another heart that goes here because it looks like it's off-centered. So I must have another heart. And then the top part of this chart will be finished. So this is actually a kit from Imaginating Ink. It came with it's just a Ada, and it came with the floss. It's 18 count antique white. And here's the pattern. So yeah, I am missing that heart right there. And then I'll be able to get started on the alphabet. So making some progress on that one. Where'd that go? And then I worked on the letter A from Nora Corbett. And this is being stitched on, excuse me. Drink of coffee here. I'll find the pattern for you. So this I am stitching for Allie. my granddaughter. And I was just going to show you the back. And I've completed her dress. So she's all completed. Came down on that side. This, where you see all the empty blocks, this is all going to be beadwork. So it's going to be so pretty. So the next thing will be to finish bringing this down, but that's also where her wings start to go out on the pattern. So I don't know yet. And that's Krynic. So I don't know if I will be doing the Krynic first, or probably I'll do that last. We'll see. So that was the letter A. And then the next one, and these are in no particular order when I stitched them, but I did take Summer Quaker with me to Lakeside Stitches Retreat, which was at the end of October. And I know that you've all seen this pattern. But the reason I took this with me is because Sarah was actually going to start this. So she brought hers. I am stitching mine on 40 count Old Massachusetts linen by Primitive Hair. Let me figure out which direction this goes. Okay. And this is what I have done so far. So I started in the top left-hand corner. Now, what's interesting about this is this, and then the border that goes around, and the colors that make up some of the Quakers in here are so close in color. They're separate colors, but they're so close in color that I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go for a more aquamarine, because it's like, well, why have two different colors if you can't tell them apart? That's how close they are. So I'm going to be changing this up, and we'll see if I like it or not. But I think I will. But I just have to find the right color of aquamarine, because I don't want it to be, too green. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, when Sarah was stitching hers and I pulled my floss out, it's like, wait a minute, isn't this the same color? It's not, but it could pass as the same color, believe me. Okay, so next we have Baby Dragon. This was started last year on February 10th as part of the Year of the Dragon sale, which is being sponsored by Erica, Fibers and Floss Canada, and her friend Samantha, who is the Yuga Stitcher. So this is Baby Dragon by Celtic Designs, Celtic Rose Needlecraft, and I got this pattern off Etsy. And this is being stitched on a 16 count white Aida. And I did stitch this on the plane because it's a lot of block stitching, and I can't believe, I mean, that was a lot of stitching. That was probably to and back from Montana when I did work on it. That was probably 5 hours of stitching. And I'm still on the first page, my goodness. But, oh well, it'll get there, right? It'll get there. So Baby Dragon, that has to be put back into my regular rotation so I can finish that up. Next, I took The Witch Next Door with Me to the Lakeside Stitches Retreat. Um, and this is by Primrose Cottage, and it's being stitched on 28 count Laurel Green Lugana. And here's the pattern for that. And if you are new here, yes, I am always behind, at least a year behind when these patterns come out. I'm not the type of person that like jumps on the bandwagon when a new pattern comes along. I like to, I don't know, take my time, I guess, when it comes to starting things because I already have other things going. So, and believe me, when I do my whip parade, I have over 100 whips, and I'm not going to be able to show all of them, and nor do I want to show all of them. I'm only going to show the ones that actually had needle to fabric. No sense in bringing out the ones that I didn't even work on. So here we go. The last time you saw this, I believe I only had the cat and the grass. So I worked all the way up the tree, and this is really an enjoyable stitch. I don't know when I'll pull this back out again. I was hoping to get more of this done for October. But again, I think that after the retreat, I kind of just put it to the wayside and forgot about it. So until the next time I pick this up, I guess. And yes, I'm one of those people that does not cut my fabric until I'm ready to cut it. I'm just so afraid of, and I know how to measure. I'm just one of those people. And you'll see that on my memorabilia pieces coming up. All right, which one is this? Oh, okay. This is Happy Campers by the Blue Flower. I took this with me to the retreat also. I think this one I worked on at the Stitch New England retreat. So I got quite a lot done on this. I think the last time you saw this, I had this, and I had the back of the beaver. I think I had only gotten down to here, but I finished going down, and then I started in with the greenery here. And again, this is a fun one to stitch on too. This is being stitched on a 40 count light mocha. The only issue is that these patterns that I'm stitching on the 40 count, I have to stitch during the day with fresh eyes and good light, because otherwise my poor eyes can't handle it. Next we have Lady of the Flag. And of course you all know this one by Mirabilia. This I took to the Lakeside Stitches Retreat. And here she is. And I got a lot done on this. I was very proud of myself. This is being stitched on the 32 count Patriotic Linen by Primitive Hair, the linen they specifically designed for this. And here we are. Ta-da! I got all that blue done at the retreat. I was so proud of myself. I actually spent a lot of time on this. And I love it. It's coming out so great. I can't wait. Can't wait to see the colors pop when I add that red. Oh, it's going to be fabulous. And this is being stitched in the called for DMC colors. I know I haven't mentioned it, but everything is being stitched in the called for DMC colors or whatever called for floss it is. Next we have I don't even know. Oh, okay. Angel of the New Dawn, my other Mirabilia. And this is being stitched on 28 count Jobelin called Bittersweet. And I just love this. I think the last time we had talked about this, I had actually been off a couple stitches and I had to restart this. And so I did. I had to whoops, there goes my needle minder. I don't know where the other side of it is. But anyway, so here we are. This is the top of her arch. So this, I had to pull out all of this. Anything that was green was pulled out. So this is all restitched. And yeah, I love working on this. I love this fabric. This fabric is so, so nice to work with. It's like butter. All right, and I do not feel, oh, there it is. I was looking for the back, that needle minder. All right. So that's what I worked on the past couple months since you've seen me. Let's see. Let's talk about the retreats that I went to. So the first retreat that I went to was in early October. It was actually after I got back from the wedding. The retreat was October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And then afterwards I went away for the reception. So it was squeezed in between the two of them. So this was the 2024 Stitch New England retreat. And it was held down in Warwick, Rhode Island, right on the border of Massachusetts. And it was fun. It was fun. I actually took my little Pomeranian Foxy with me. I'll insert a picture of her right here. And so I'll just share with you some of the things I got there. Let's see. We all got our swag bag, and it had this pattern in there. And that's called A Beacon of Hope by Stitchy Prose. And we also had a couple of others. I can't show you that because it is the graft. But we had other goodies in the bag, like a little pair of foldy scissors, and a luggage tag, and another free pattern. I had wonderful, wonderful people at my table that I had actually met at another retreat, and they invited me to sit with them again. And, of course, people walking around handing things out. Here's some great project tags, um, snips. We got these cute little, actually, this was made by someone at my table. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? This might be, I don't know, it might be the Rhode Island state flag. I'm not sure. Charms, a little lighthouse, and a 2024 charm. So cute. Perfect for whatever bag I'm going to put that pattern in. Candy, I should keep that out so I can eat it. A little emery board with a threader right here. A little flower with a little thread on the end of it. Some more cards. Oh, and a needle inside that tube right there. We got the finishing trim for that pattern. And then, of course, more bling. This came from Amy at Two Cross Stitchers. And she gave me extras so that I could pass a couple on to Allie. These are awesome. And more pattern cards, stitchy cards. And then this is a little beading tin. Here it is. Here is the beady, the sticky stuff. And it comes with, without me dumping it out, you got the beading filament. There's a beading needle. There's a needle threader. And it's so cute. And I know that Helen D had made some of these. So, and this is by Leslie, who was one of my table mates. So, some really nice things. So that was Stitch New England, and that was a 3-day retreat right there in the hotel, and it was great. Pet friendly. Like I said, I got to take my dog with me because I did not have a babysitter for her that weekend. The other dogs went to the kennel. Okay, then I did the Lakeside Stitches Retreat at the end of October. That was when we got back. And that retreat, I went up there with Amy from Two Crossed Stitchers and Sarah, the Northwood Stitcher, and we were able to actually rent an Airbnb. Moosehead Lake is quite a drive up to northern Maine. And that was it was a small retreat. So again, that makes things so much nicer when it's a smaller retreat because Stitch New England was probably, gosh, a couple hundred. I don't know exactly. It was a large retreat. Um, and for the Lakeside Stitches retreat, I think there were maybe 10 or 12 of us. So it was nice having a smaller group. Um, and Patty, who's the owner of Lakeside Stitches, she's so wonderful. And Ursula, who works for her. And unfortunately, Patty is closing her shop. She's going to be moving back to Pennsylvania, which is sad. So if you have a chance, she does not have a website, but if you are in Maine and have a chance, or even in New England and want to take a drive up there, everything in her shop is going to be 20% off. She's planning to be closed by April. And she has a lot of fabulous yarns and cross stitch. That's what she carries. So that was a wonderful retreat. They had someone who is in the community who was an elderly person and she could no longer do cross stitch. And she had had given all of her supplies to Patty to have on the free table at the retreat. And she just put a jar out there and asked people to make a donation. And that money was going to go to the local food bank up there. And I'll tell you, this woman had everything. Of course, she must have been stitching for years. So boxes, boxes full of patterns and books. And then she had a box full of um, just fabric, different fabrics. A lot of it was Aida. I think she had some, Luganas in there. Then she had kits, the towel kits or the tree skirt kits or the baby quilts that you stitch in the blocks. So she had some of those. And then she had just so much floss. I mean, people were re, you know, were replenishing their floss uh, stashes while they were up there. Or if they were working on a pattern that needed a certain floss, they were able to go over to that table and get it. So I waited until the last day, and then whatever for fabric and floss, whatever was still left and that nobody wanted, I grabbed that for Allie so that she can start with her own stash. And believe me, there was a lot of floss still left. So that'll be great for Allie to have her started up. I'm sure my daughter's going to love me, but that's okay. And I did get a lot of patterns. Like I said, she had a lot of patterns, and I don't have them here to show you, but she collected chatelaine, and I got quite a few chatelaine patterns. Um, so I'm happy about that because my New Year's start with Dawn from DM's Crafty Vortex, we're starting a chatelaine together. So as a Sal, so that will be fun. Um, when I went out to Ohio in October, I took Allie down to Keepsakes. My daughter's in-laws live about maybe 45 minutes from there. So we drove down to Keepsakes and we got a couple things there that I will show you in stash. And then the last retreat that I went to was in November and it was a quilting retreat. I go to the same retreat in the spring, so this was the first time I had gone in the fall. And I started working on a quilt for my daughter and son-in-law. They got married in Glacier National Park out in Montana. And this is a quilt, it's a national park quilt. I had originally seen it on Two Tall Stitchers. Carol had done this quilt. And when I saw it on their channel, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hunted down the pattern. It comes as a kit for the front, but you have to make up your back yourself. So I got the front put together and then I was working on the back. I don't know if I took any pictures of it while I was up there, but I do have the pattern and I will flash that up here. So that's what I did for retreats. Okay, so this is not my complete haul. Um, I've put things over the past couple months and I don't know where they are, but some of it I had gotten back in September and October, for the autumn. or Halloween, so that stuff's past anyway. So, but I did pull out some of the stuff that I think, would interest you. I don't have all the patterns that I got from the Lakeside Stitches retreat. Those are in a bag somewhere. Like I said, stuff is just all over the place. So, to start off with, I do have some Stitchy Kindness, and this is from Karen, the Owl Stitcher, and she sent me a beautiful card. And this was part of the Canada swaps. And so Karen sent this, she sent me two, because one is for Allie, and they're absolutely adorable. And if you know Karen, she loves to do smalls. She does such pretty little ornaments. I mean, and look at the beading around that. Amazing. So there's a little bunny, and then she sent a little haunted house with a little charm on there. And look at the back. So Karen, thank you so much. I apologize that it has taken me so long to post these. And also, I apologize that I still have not gotten yours sent to you. When I got back from Montana, I had sent yours off. And when I got back from Montana, it was back in my mailbox because I did not have enough postage on it. And then, of course, I ran into tax deadlines, retreats, and my post office is not close by to my house. So I just never got over to the post office to get them back in the mail to you. And then, of course, the Canadian postal strike happened, and then I was sick. So, yeah, I know, excuses, but I will get that sent off to you now that I'm feeling better. And also, the two drawings that I did in my last video, Agneta, I apologize. I will get yours in the mail to you also. And the person that won the copy of the Summer Quaker never contacted me. So that will be going back into a future draw. So anyway, Karen and Agneta, please know that I will be getting your smalls and your pattern out to you. All right. And again, 100 apologies. My bad. So, but what I will show you is I did get the Max Pigeon Cross Stitch in the Forest book. And I did, when I was up at Patty's shop at Lakeside Stitches, I did get a couple pieces of the aquamarine colored Ada, probably, one of those two colors, to be able to start stitching some of these patterns in here. So I don't know where it is, but I'll find it. So very excited about that. The next book that I got, again, keeping aligned with my daughter's wedding, was America the Beautiful Cross Stitch. And they have 50 parks in here, maybe. Let's see, what does it go up to? 30. Oh, no, 32. But let's see where Glacier is. So this is what they have for Glacier. It's that mountain. And I believe that's what the pattern is. Yes, it is. So this is the finished cross stitch, which I will be doing for them after I finish their quilt. And then I got The Proper Stitch by Darlene Steen. And I think I just saw this on Amazon. Maybe someone had been talking about this on their channel and I went and checked it out. But it is a complete guide for every cross stitch there is. Diagonal cross stitch, Montenegrin stitch, the Smyrna cross, double back stitch, back stitching, different ways to back stitch, doing the buttonhole stitch, Maltese cross. So they have, lattice stitch. Oh, that's pretty. Whatever the stitch is, it is in here. So this is kind of like a Bible, a cross-stitch Bible guide. So definitely would recommend that if you are so inclined to, just having one of these in your collection, sort of like as a go-to guide on how to do something. And then I got this one, 100 mini cross-stitch designs. And again, just all these different little motifs. So cute. Birdhouses, bicycles, a little camper, strawberries, pine cones, snowflakes, green feathers, mushrooms, crystals, eggs, birthday cakes. Just something handy to have. If you're just looking for something to fill a spot on a cross stitch, or you're doing something for a child and you want to have a train and you don't have a pattern for it. So again, and that one is by Rosemary Drysdale. So again, I think I got that on Amazon also. I may have seen that on somebody's channel too. I can't remember. Again, I got these back in the fall. So definitely something to add to my cross stitch supplies. Then I got my new cross stitch journal. I already have 2025 written on there. I got my new cross stitch planner. And I know that a lot of people get the Book of Days, but I like this much better. Number one, because I don't have to go and spiral bind it. A lot of people take their Book of Days and they, tear it apart and then they go to Staples and they spiral bind it and they put in pages for retreats or haul or whatever. This comes with it. So you get your calendar, your monthly calendar, which this is where I keep track of what I stitch every month. And then on the flip side of it, you have graph paper if you want to graph something out, chart something out. And then you have pages where you can put your notes or, your SALs, challenges, retreats, finishes. And I do use those. And then at the end, they have places for if you want, to keep track of your whips and new starts. That I put all my new starts in these. I have one for every year. So this is where I keep my information for, just to give you an indication of what these pages look like. The project, the designer, the start date, end date, stitched on, a space for your floss, your time tracker, and notes. So I do this for every single project that I have going on. This is what I use this book for. And then this book is just for keeping track of my time and other things. Like I said, if I want to put whips in here, I certainly can. There's 4 or 5 pages for that. Um, I can keep track of subscriptions and clubs that I belong to, which is a good idea because I don't always keep track of that. Then there's pages just for keeping notes or journaling, whatever you want to do. And then there's a whole section for retreats. And these pages have the retreat. You can keep track of what the retreat is, the calendar of events, what's going on each day if you choose to. Um, what you need to pack, stitchy kindness, stuff that you got at the retreat, smalls exchanges, and then another thing that she puts in this book are free patterns. Just real quick. Another one real quick. And she usually has a free pattern for every month. So there's a lot packed into this book. And this is from My Crazy Life, Lori, and I will link her down below. I got this off her Etsy site. I got last year's off her Etsy site also, but she is on Instagram and Facebook. Just a quick view of her information if you want to take a screenshot of that. But I do like having this book. It's getting dark out. I need to hurry. Okay, so I got those. Something else that I did invest in for before I left for the retreat is I got one of these neck lights. And why I did not invest in one of these a lot sooner, I don't know. Because let me tell you, it doesn't matter how strong your magnification glasses are. If you don't have good light, it's not going to help. And this is a game changer. I know that a lot of people have the table lights. I just find this more convenient, again, and you can twist it around. There's 3 different light variations, depending on, how bright you want it. So I love that I got that. Very smart investment. Next, let me put this over here. So when I went to Keepsakes with Allie, I did pick up a couple things there. All right, so let me start with actually this I got at the Stitch New England retreat. So I got By the Bay Needlecraft, a homestead welcome. And then I got this fabric, which is called Pumpkin King from Atomic Ranch. This is a 20 count Aida. Everybody was snatching up this fabric because it is amazing. And I know you probably can't see it that well, but believe me, it is amazing. Oh, the modeling in this is wonderful. And I was going to use that for a Halloween stitch, but of course never got around to it. All right, so then Allie and I, like I said, I took Allie down to Keepsakes and we got a couple things down there. She got the cutest little, they're individual Halloween patterns, probably that you would make if you were doing a Halloween tree. But she got one that had a bunch of those little patterns, and then she got a little coffin, probably about, I don't know, this big, and you stitch the skeleton and then you can put it on the front of the coffin. So cute. But there, so we each got this fabric. It's a little bit lighter than the Pumpkin King. This is called Copper Penny, and this is also by Atomic Ranch. But really, really nice modeling. And she got that. That's what she's going to stitch her Halloween little guys on. And then I got this pattern from Twin Peaks called Haunted Chateau. And I'll tell you something, they had the model stitched there, and it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So I got that. I did get some, I ordered some fabric from Heartland Quilt Stitch. That's Terry and Jamie from their Etsy shop. This is 32 count Sahara Dust Lugana. And I can't even remember if I ordered this for a particular pattern, or maybe I just ordered it because it's a beautiful neutral color. Oh, I know you can't see it, but it's kind of like a taupe, a light taupe. But very nice. I'm sure I will have a use for it if I don't figure out why I purchased it to begin with. And then I got, let me put that in there so I don't lose that. Then I did get some patterns. Like I need more patterns, like a hole in the head, right? And this isn't even, like I said, this isn't even all of my haul. I got this. I was over in another town. I was actually on the way to see a client, and this I stopped at an old Ben Franklin's, which is now a hardware store, but they had actually kept the part that was Ben Franklin's. So there was still all the Ben Franklin's craft stuff in this hardware store, which absolutely fascinated me. If you're from New England, then you know that all the Ben Franklin's up here had closed. But I got a bunch of crafty stuff there, and one of them was this pattern, and this is a Riolis. Um, and I got this because it's a Pomeranian, and I'm going to stitch this using more of the colors. Like my dog, my little Pomeranian is more of a copper color, so I will, alter this to make it look like Foxy. And of course, my poor little guy only has one eye, so, but this will probably be a 2025 start. I would like to start that. Then I got this pattern from Daily Stitcher. I ordered this from her site. It's called the American Flag, and it's from Antique Needlework Designs, and that is not Antique Needleworkers Shelley Fry. This is, I think, a European country. It has a crown as their emblem, and the name of the person that designed this is, and I'm going to kill this name, Iago Testapa. But that's the pattern. Really pretty. And then I saw this on eBay, and I got this number one because of the flowers, and number two because of the chickens. And I did see this on the Northwood Stitchers site. She had this, and like I said, the chickens down here, and you got these beautiful flowers. And my aunt would love to have any of these. And here's the back. They have a lot of fruit trees, they have gardens, but she has chickens and she has these flowers. So I'll see if I can make her a couple of hand towels with those. Then I got this off eBay, Astor Place greeting card designs. I'm going to start getting back into doing homemade cards, I think. Sarah gave me a bunch of dies, stamps. So I picked that up. I believe I saw that on her site. And then I must have been in a Prairie Schooler kick because I did end up ordering a bunch of Prairie Schoolers that I saw on eBay. And I got this one. This is Amish Life. And this came actually all kitted up with the fabric and the floss. And then I got a bunch of the Santas. 2018 Santa. There we go. 2017. 2016. I see that people were commenting on the Santa that came out this year. 2015. Saying that he was too skinny. That's 2014. 2013. 2012. 2011. 2010. And 2007. And these are the cardstock. So obviously somebody was cleaning out their stash, and I would love to stitch all these someday. I saw on somebody's site, it may have been Country Stitches, where they actually had a Prairie Schooler Christmas tree. All the ornaments on the tree are Prairie School, and it was so cool. I would love to do that. Then I got some of the larger leaflets. This is part of the alphabet series. This is STU, and I got this because of the lady with the sewing machine up there. And then this one is Christmas Past. Those are cute ornaments. And then All Hallows Eve. I had not seen this one before, so very happy to have this one. And again, these are the cardstock. And then she barks at anything. I just go like this because it's cardboard, and she barks. All right, knock it. And then this is a Prairie Schooler designer series. Hold on. Sorry. So this is a Prairie School Christmas designer, Christmas borders, part of designer series. And again, I had not seen this one before by the Prairie Schooler. So that's cool. And then this is another part of their designer series. This is called School Kids. Which is cute. And then I picked up a couple of Dimensions kits. Can never have too many Dimensions kits. I'll have to do a Dimensions kit parade someday. Isn't that beautiful? Those little chickadees. What is this called? Chickadees and lilacs. Perfect. Lilac is the New Hampshire state flower. Chickadee is the state bird of Maine. I think our state bird is the goldfinch, but don't quote me on that. And then this one is from the Gold Collection, The Finery of Nature. And I know that I saw this on Sarah's channel, and I had to go find it. All right, and then there was another kit that I got from Sunrays Creations. And I got this because I did see this on Sarah's channel. Portland Headlight. Full coverage, baby. And here is all the floss for that. Now, Sarah's husband, Nick, got this for her as a gift. And I don't know if she has started it yet, but he does want her to start it. I saw her I saw that on her channel and I said, I'll get it and I'll start it with you. Um, but she also has to finish the wolves, the Dimension Wolves kit, which I did also get. Then I got this project bag, New England Patriots. This is by Lakewind Studios, and I got this because I was going to store my father's train pattern in here, the train that I'm going to do for him in his honor. And it's actually too big to fit into this bag, but that's okay. I'll use it for something else. He was a die-hard New England sports fan, um, mainly the Red Sox. He lived and died with them. My father was born in 1928, and so he had been through all the heartaches. 1947 when they almost made it, um, when they almost won the World Series with that team, Bobby Doerr, Ted Williams, Johnny Pesky, um, Dominic DiMaggio, a lot of good players from that era. And then 1967, the Impossible Dream Team with Yaz, Petrocelli, um, Boomer Scott. They came close. Cardinals beat them in Game 7. And then in 1975, the Impossible Dream Team, where the Cincinnati Reds rolled over them in Game 7. Again in 1986, when the ball through Buckner's legs and they lost to the Mets. So my father lived through it all. And he said that one of the happiest things that really mattered in his life before he died was that he did get to see the Red Sox win 4 World Series. So I was very happy to to look for this bag, even though it's Patriots. He loved the Patriots too. But I did not see a Red Sox bag on her website. So if anybody knows of any bag designers that do Red Sox, please let me know. Then I got this in the mail. This is I belong to the Fat Quarter Shop monthly box club. And this is the Christmas. So it's one of her mesh bags, and it has this gingerbread house on the front. And inside is the cutest. I mean, this is the cutest, darnest thing you'll ever see. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So this is the pattern, and 'tis the season, and it's a little gingerbread house. Love it. And then it came with some other goodies. So it came with the fabric, which is a 14 count cotton Aida pistachio from Fibers on a Whim. It's a pistachio green. It's not coming through, but just imagine what pistachio looks like. Then there's a self-stick mounting board. So it's a complete kit. So once you have your pattern, here's the mounting board that it goes on for your finish. Here are your flosses. Looks like it's a combination of Aida and Classic Colorworks. And then she also sent along this adorable little gingerbread tree needle minder. Oh my gosh, so cute. So darn stinking cute. Um, and that's it. And that's it for haul. That's it for this video. I'm losing the light. It's getting dark out. It's a pretty dreary day here. So I will be coming back at you with a 2024 whip parade and as well as my 2025 goals and what my 2025 starts are going to be. So thanks for joining me. Again, I will be posting pictures from the wedding if you're interested in hanging around for that. It was so nice. She got married um, beside a lake there in Glacier National Park. They had the music from the theme of Legends of the Fall playing. It was just so perfect. And wait till you see the pictures. The main picture that this photographer, she's been doing photography out there um, in Glacier for almost 30 years. And believe me, she knew the spots of where to go. And there was a picture of them on the top of this mountain ridge that they had to hike up to. And it is absolutely stunning. She now uses it as one of the main pictures, the theme pictures on her website. I will actually link her website below if you're interested in never having to need a photographer out in that neck of the woods. And like I said, the pictures are absolutely stunning. When I showed some of the pictures, especially that picture of them on that mountain ridge, I showed that to a friend of mine and he accused me of having it photoshopped. And I was like, no, this is the actual picture, buddy, out there in Montana up on this mountain. So again, I will post those here if you're interested in seeing them. And thanks for joining me. Happy stitching, and I'll see you again. And I promise that it won't be so long next time. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.